Alright, welcome to the stream. Let's get things started. I'll turn on the audio over here. Switch over. Alright, Beans, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. This is going to be an impromptu stream because I woke up a little late. To put it really simply, I woke up quite late and my family had decided to go out, and I was like, perfect. Now I've actually got an hour free to play video games. Press 1 in the chat if you can relate. How are you all doing? Also, I was gonna make a coffee, but you'll see hopefully in a video coming up soon. I've got some coffee beans at the moment. The only coffee beans I've got at the moment are a kind of strange variety that I'm not sure how I feel about them. They were kind of limited edition, not limited. Like the roaster I go to doesn't always get beans from this country. So anyway, I'll tell you all about it in a video probably. Hopefully. And speaking of the game that we're playing, I thought I could rush and like try and get everyone to jump on Under Night In-Birth, but I've been playing this game recently on Steam. I just bought this like a few days ago. It's called Spell Disc, and I think this game has been out, I don't know, it was probably on early access for a while, but I guess it's version 1.0 now. And I want you to see it because it's kind of crazy. It's a little bit like it's like a cross between, how would you describe this game? Is there anyone in the chat who's played this? How would you describe it? It's like a cross between a roguelite. Do you call it a roguelike or roguelite? I don't even know. It's one of those games where you continually get stronger without actually working very hard. And a mixture between that and a survivor's game. So if I go in and click continue and just show you. Oh wait, is there no? Oh yeah, there is. It's a twin stick. So it's a twin stick shooter with some really cool graphics. And you've got an auto combo. And as you can see, when stuff goes purple, that's when you're going to get hit. So you got a dash. You can dash away from stuff. You've also got this charge move. So you can charge shot like a fireball at people. But it's really hard to see whether you're going to get hit or not, because like there's so much stuff going on the screen. And I guess that's kind of normal for a twin stick shooter, but I literally cannot see if I'm going to get hit or not. I think also it could just be the case that you don't really have time to sit still and just mash the button for more than like a split second anyway. So you've got this main shot on the square button. What is it on Xbox X? I'll use PlayStation buttons because I prefer it. On the square button you've got your auto combo. On the triangle button you've got charge shot, which you can do like, oh, I should stop doing it. I'm gonna get hit. And then on the circle button, you've got this. You've just got a single magic shot, which you don't need to charge. So you've got a charge shot and a normal special. I have not figured out how to do combos or anything on this game, but what I do know is that it's fun as F. I have no idea what any of this stuff does, but what happens is you can upgrade your character with a bunch of these things. So you've got discs, you've got your main outfit, and like a special attached to it. Then you've also got these discs, and I think the way that you combine these discs with these gems, or fans, or whatever these things are, that will change how capable you become. And then you've also got artifacts, which kind of up your stats. So I've got 324 at the moment, so I can't really buy anything. But what I can do is I can receive another disc for when I can. So in here you can see I've got one extra disc, but I don't have a slot for it. I could swap it in. Is it good? Is it a good one? 45 mana when passing through enemies with a dash. Summon a belt. Generate 15 mana when hitting with an attack type. I really don't know if this is a good idea, so let's try switching it in. Whoa, no! It's called a roguelike. Okay. So this is like a roguelike twin-stick shooter survivors game, which is really, really cool. Still working on your Dojin game. Nice. Yeah, you never know when a sort of side project is going to turn into something really useful on your resume. If someone hears that you've actually completed making a game by yourself, I think that would look pretty good to an employer. I might just be doing it for fun. I haven't really figured out how to make use of my resources. Is there no music? Or is it just really quiet? Oh no, there is music, it's just really quiet. What is that? Are there different characters in this game? I don't think so. I think maybe the game is so small at the moment that they probably don't have budget for other characters, but who knows? I've only been playing it for a couple of days, so I'm not 100% sure. These weapons are really cool though, because they just go right through everyone. So if there's anyone behind the weapon, they'll get hit as well. I only hit one person there. Opposite what I was trying to explain. What does this yellow area mean? So frenetic. Literally cannot see what I'm doing at all. Let alone try to look at the chat. But I will try. Anyway, I think this game is awesome. Because it's a mixture of kind of a lot of the things I like. I got into the Vampire Survivor. I'm into these roguelike games. And I like twin-stick shooters, so it's really kind of perfect. Expand slot. Let's move in this let's auto-equip this disc. And then I need now some sort of gem spell, sorry, it's called spell disc. You mix spells and discs. The Dojinshi game is the hack of Streets Chavez. Cool. I mean, good luck on it. Was there anyone who played this game while it was on early access? Or is everyone like me that just discovered it today or through the 1.0 update? So when everyone's spread out, that's a problem. What I want is everyone to get hit by this. And actually my power-ups at the moment are not great. I don't like this fireball. You see, one of these power-ups I've got here, I can't show you. The mouse doesn't show up on screen. One of the power-ups she's got... Oh, so this seems to be kind of random. Uppercut Fist. There is one power-up that has these little, like, shadow characters that jump around the screen. Obtain power. But I don't have it at the moment. Icy Vortex. See, I've got my normal attack. Charge attack at the moment is... Is that always going to be the same? No. And this is the this is the uppercut. Do I have any control over where this appears? What is it? Is it completely random? I mean, I'll try it. Start with more gems. I've got an increased chance of high level items. Maximum health. More dice. Obtain power. Starting spell is upgraded. I don't know what controls this fireball. Oh, I can upgrade again? Yeah, I can upgrade again. Yeah, let's try equipping this spell instead. Oh, this looks better. How about this one? I feel like this is more useful. So I like these ones which start an orb, because then you can kind of push people into the orb. Let's start with that. Oh, speaking of characters, yeah. So I didn't actually check, but I don't think there are other characters. So this is level 1. When you actually start on level 1, it's not quite as frenetic, which is good. Yeah, my charge attack is not great, huh? I like this though. Oh, I can't have more than one. So level 1, significantly less insane, which is nice. I'll create a new disc and a new spell, but I don't really understand how to use them. So, for example, and it's all done on dice, I think, dice rolls. So this one's Spark Fire. Create a sparking fire that moves when you dash. Oops. So when I dash, where's the fire? What does it do? Create a sparking fire that moves when you dash. I don't know. Owen! Hi, my girl. I'm gonna switch over here. Oh, hold on a second. Hi, my girlfriend and I have really appreciated your while I'm making coffee videos as of recent. Here's a coffee-sized tip. Yo, perfect! Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm gonna use that to get myself a coffee later. Absolutely amazing. And actually, I'll use it to help me finance getting some coffee that I actually like. Like I was saying at the start of the stream, the coffee, again, I won't divulge exactly what it was, but hopefully I'll use it in a video and I can give you some tasting notes on it. But I've got this new coffee which tasted weirdly familiar, but not like coffee. It's really bizarre. It tasted a lot like someone had dug something up that wasn't coffee and put it in the coffee. Anyway, I don't mean it in a bad way. Like, it was just really interesting. But I'm hoping to put those tasting notes in a video in the future. Thanks so much, and send my thanks over to your partner as well. All right, let's see if we can. Ah! Ouch! So as you can see, my inability to control my character is becoming a problem. Oh! Oh! Look, the flame things. Does it start them? What's going on? Okay, hold on a second. So I hit them, and then the flames. Oh, I see. So if I hit a character like this, they get flames on them, and then those flames will continue to move with me when I dash. So if I want to push the flames a certain direction, I can. That's cool. Okay. Now this game is pretty sick. And I think the price of this game was roughly $10. Might be less. Yeah, you have to activate the skill before it does the fire when you dash. Yeah, so you activate the skill by hitting people like this. Oh. Wait. Yeah, so you can see the little spell disc spinning around my character. Yo.
Hi, my girlfriend and I have really appreciated your while I'm making coffee videos as of recent. Here's a coffee-sized tip. Thanks.
Thank you. Man, I'm really excited about that specifically. I'm gonna go and buy myself a coffee out today, because something that I think is kind of important with this whole coffee journey is not just buying specialty coffee beans and like making them at home, but I really want to go out to other people's cafes and see how they're making stuff, so that if I were to buy the same beans, would I be able to mimic or maybe surpass the results that they were getting? Because I don't know how much work goes into every, cafe. I'm not sure how many people consider it like a real special thing that they do, or it's just, well, we just got these nice beans and we're just going to put it in a standard coffee machine and just make stuff. So I'm gonna specifically make the effort to go out and actually spend that super chat on a coffee. You guys are the best, thanks. I have seen that there are like donation systems people have got specifically for helping people buy coffee? I'm curious about that. I've never tried it. I have had Patreon before. And like I've been saying in previous streams, I am considering... here we go. Oh, here we go. Oh, the fire thing does work. That's so cool. That's so cool. If you see that there's fire near one of your enemies, you can use dash to push it. Man, this game is cool. Anyway, I was thinking about taking advantage of a system like Patreon, where before I used it just in general. I was just like, okay, it's just good to have a Patreon. But I think I might use it in the future more like James Hoffman does, to only finance, not only, but to predominantly finance buying new gear for reviews on the channel. What do you guys think of that? Is that the sort of way that you've seen other creators using their Patreons? And has it worked out well? Oh, I keep forgetting what button is dash. I thought it was like the R button was dash. I don't know why this is, but I think the pressure of playing the games on stream makes me feel like I'm supposed to learn how to play it properly, and that helps. Like when I've been playing this game for a couple days and I didn't really learn anything about how it was supposed to be played, so it's really today that it's the pressure of being on stream that's making me actually read this stuff and figure out how to actually improve. 70% increased lightning affliction. 30% increased other elemental affliction. I'm trying to interpret what that means. Increased lightning affliction. I don't know what it means. Does it mean my enemies are more likely to get damaged? What is that? What is that spinny thing that was going around me? Forgot I had my normal spell. I love it. And it's actually stopping enemies from getting closer to me, I think. Oh, okay, so the flames can't be pushed over gaps, that makes sense. Even though it's, you know, made from magic. I know that it looks like I'm not doing too well health-wise, but this is significantly better than I normally play. I've seen Patreons with art only posted on their Patreon. Okay. Yeah, so I did consider having like art exclusive to Patreon, but in the end, I just didn't have time to draw, which is awful. But I think this is part of, actually that video that I made recently about subscriptions, that's part of it. It's not really just, in that video it's all explained, but it's not just about deciding what you have time to spend money on for games, but it's like everything, all your hobbies. Like, have you really allocated enough time to all the things that you think that you're going to do? I don't feel like it's necessary to plan everything ahead, but allocating time is like supremely important when it comes to actually getting around to doing those things. No problem. She's apparently been watching you for several years now. I'm more of a recent fan in the past year. Well, welcome to the channel. I appreciate your insight on letting yourself get into hobbies just for the sake of it. Also, when I send money via Patreon, I just do it for the sake of supporting someone. It's cool when they use it in the videos, but I wouldn't mind if I learned they were using it for coffee. Sorry, there's a little heart mark on the YouTube chat, which means I can't. Often at the end of a sentence, there's like one word that gets covered by the emoji, and I can't read it. But I think I understood what you said. Yeah, no, I think it's important to maintain things like your hobbies. I think a lot of people think of hobbies as like an aside thing. It's like, okay, well, if I have time, I'll further my hobbies and all that, or to like get further into them. But I feel like working on your hobbies is one of the biggest investments you can make on yourself. Like, it sounds like you've already got, you're in a relationship with your partner at the moment, but I guess maybe being a racial minority had this effect on me. Like, growing up, I really found, like, if I wasn't interesting, or if I didn't have anything interesting to say, there was really kind of no allure, no relationship allure to me. That's how I felt. I mean, maybe it wasn't true, but that's how I felt. And I guess that's like as a result of being. I always attributed that to being a racial minority. So to me, I feel like what comes naturally to just racial majorities in terms of like popularity, I always felt like I had to make up for it by being interesting. And that the way I did that was by furthering various hobbies. Things that I could talk to people about, books that I could discuss with people, or things that I could actually, music that I could actually play with people. And I suspect that that's the case for a lot of people, actually. Anyway, that's definitely a topic for a whole video. I have actually written that down, though, by the way. That is actually a topic I intend to speak about in a future video. The question is when. Yes! Another slot. So the problem, as you can see, we've got down to about half, almost exactly half my HP. And I think that's going to be an issue if I don't start minding my HP a little more carefully. Man, I'm still not used to you leaving Twitch to stream on YouTube, but I feel like I understand or can try to understand your reasons. But it sure is great seeing your videos and streams. Oh, thanks! I mean, I really appreciate it, Lightus. I think... Oh, I get this one for free? I get a disc for free. Sweet. The new disc we got was... Generate 60 mana when you cast a spell. I'm not sure if that worked. So if I don't have any mana... I'm not sure if that's doing it. Is this a spell? Maybe this is the spell. Yeah, you know what? Don't know. Oh, I just noticed that I've got cooldowns on these discs. Oh yeah, so what I was going to say about Twitch is that I think it varies greatly depending on the creator. Because with Twitch, it could be really important that your main audience are people who watch streams. People who are on Twitch already. Like, you're more likely to pick up followers from Twitch if you're on Twitch. That might sound really silly, but it's like if the people you're trying to reach are already watching like a Street Fighter tournament on Twitch, then streaming on YouTube makes no sense, right? And similarly, if the people you're trying to reach are your subscribers who watch your videos, then streaming on Twitch isn't the way to reach them. It's like the opposite. So I felt like by streaming on Twitch, I was constantly just trying to reach people on a platform where they weren't members. You know what I mean? Like they don't even... Oh! This is important. I have to like take a break before this because there's a boss here and I've never beat... I think I've beat one boss before. But when you're trying to like reach your subscribers that you've connected with and developed like a rapport with on YouTube, it makes... No, it's not that it makes no sense. Like obviously by being on Twitch as well, that brings in people from the Twitch audience as well. But I feel like for anyone who's growing as a streamer, even if you've got like 0 subs, if you've got 0 followers or 10 followers, it doesn't really matter. I think when you're building up a following, it's like, where are people going to stumble upon your content? And it's like, if they stumbled out of the Street Fighter tournament stream and they're looking for Street Fighter people to watch, then they're more likely to stumble upon your stream if you actually are there on Twitch. But I feel like I said in an Activate FG video that I made a few weeks ago, I feel like I want to follow the advice, or recently it just is the case that I've been following the advice that Max said on an interview with Born Free, where he was saying that really once he reached a certain level, I think it was 500,000 subscribers, he was like, at that point he realized it's time to just focus on pleasing the people who are already subscribed to him. So for me, although there would be some benefit to being on Twitch, what I really want to do is, like what I've been doing in the past few weeks, is asking people here in chat, on Twitter, on Discord, and in comments, like, what is the content that you like, that you've seen? And I'm trying to like deliver that to the people who actually subscribed to me, as opposed to what's trending right now, what's interesting right now, where are there billions of people who are potential followers. Like, I'm not thinking like that. And I feel like 2024, no matter how it goes, what I really want to focus on is like creating content that really caters to the people who already kind of seem invested in the channel. That was more than I expected to say about Twitch. In any case, I think Twitch... Wow! What?! Okay, trying to figure out what... Wait, what are these black diamonds about? I don't even know what they are. Ouch! I need to avoid getting hit by that massive... Okay. Ouch! My movement... It's funny because transferable skills, right? My inability to play fighting games is also turning out to be a serious issue in this game as well. Oops, I just walked straight into him. Critical hit. Let's see if I can just fluke my way through this. Uh-oh. What? How did I fluke my way through that? What? Was it that little orb? That was sick. Okay. Well, I'll take it. I'll take it. What's up, Master Chief? No way! I mean, I got, like, no health at the end of it, but... I don't believe it. I'm over the moon. I think that's a great mindset, honestly. I'm not a content creator myself, but I imagine that chasing the high of viral videos just leads you to get burnt out, regardless of the viewership you gain. Absolutely. Yeah, and I think burnout is actually... You've kind of hit the nail on the head for, I think, for a large number of creators. You see creators, especially at the start of 2023, you saw a lot of YouTubers who were quitting. And you could see that they were masters. You know, a lot of these people who are quitting, they were masters of following, like, not formulas, but following, like, where the views were. They understood that this topic and this content, it's like, if you overthink it to this point where it's, like, over-optimized, it becomes less and less your thing and more this optimal thing. For example, I think when you're making a video game, right, you can make it all the things that you want it to be. You want it to be pixel art. You want it to be a twin-stick shooter. You want it to be a survivors type game. You want all these things for it. And for you, because it's your game, like, you get to do whatever you want with it. But then you start to think about what would be optimal for the sales of the game. Because obviously if it doesn't sell, you can't really support yourself monetarily to continue doing it. And so you start to think, okay, well, people are really into survivors games, so maybe I should swing more that way, and maybe I could even get rid of the twin stick mechanic. For example, we played Geometry Survivor the other day, and that doesn't have a twin stick mechanic, which is like weird because Geometry Wars, which is obviously aesthetically what it's built on, that was like heavily dependent on its twin stick shooter mechanic. So at that point, maybe a game like Geometry Survivor, even if they'd wanted it to be twin stick, they might have been like, oh, well, to optimize it, we'll maybe get rid of one of the aspects that I wanted to put into it. And I think the same thing happens with content creators, where they're like, well, for example, using my own channel, actually, as a good example, controller reviews seem to do really well, right? But as you know, a controller review, there's not really a lot of space in a controller review for chatting about my thoughts on, you know, expanding my hobbies. It's just like, it needs to be focused on just the controller, what's good about it, what's bad about it, and like, should you buy it? But the videos on my channel have been kind of spread out to controller reviews, product reviews, but also like drinking coffee and chatting about things and my views on, you know, actually it's often trends and things and topics. But I felt like while I'm making coffee, I was like, is that the name of the show? while I'm making coffee. I feel like that whole series got pushed aside as a result of like focusing more on whether I could make the channel like be a controller reviews channel, which optimally speaking, I think would be better. Like that would make the channel optimized in terms of growth. But at some point, it's like if it becomes so optimal and it grows really well, like what did I give up? Like what did it become to the point that I don't actually feel as invested in it anymore? And you could see like a lot of the YouTubers that quit. It's like they pushed the channel so it was so optimal that it was like maybe not even something that they wanted to be doing. And some of them obviously still enjoyed doing it, but they've just been doing it for a long time. I don't know. It's a deep discussion and we could go further. Honestly, Twitch has no respect for the average viewer's time with the 15 to 30-second ads that are followed by another, which wastes time. Oh yeah, so I think another thing with Twitch viewing is that it's not really geared towards free viewers. I think one of the ways that Twitch works is that if you want to enjoy content on Twitch, it involves quite a lot of monetary investment, whereas YouTube has ads, and they are getting longer, but it's still very possible to have like the full YouTube experience without paying money. Whereas on Twitch, it's like the ads are quite invasive. They're like 30 seconds long, and often there's like more than one of them. And it does feel like to enjoy your time on Twitch, it may as well just have like an entry fee. It might as well just be a paid service from the very start, as opposed to like advertising it like, oh, you can watch content for free on Twitch. It's like, you can, but then the free experience on Twitch is not on par with the free experience on YouTube. And that doesn't mean that it's better or worse. It just means it's geared towards a different type of creator, a creator who kind of expects that their fans will be paying. And definitely on YouTube, like I'm really grateful when people become members or when they do things like super chatting. But I do recognize that I think on YouTube, it prioritizes the free experience being the full experience. I love talking about this stuff, guys. I really appreciate when you guys come up with great questions, because it's a good opportunity to talk about the stuff that I really find interesting. Is it cringe when a creator thanks people too much? I find it a little bit cringe sometimes when creators are like, just want to say thank you, and you guys are so amazing, and wow, I couldn't have got this far without you. And when it comes down to it, it's not about me, it's about this community. It's just, eventually it starts to become a little bit like I don't know if the word is self-aggrandizing, but it's just, I just walked into that zone, that poison, to get a health vial. I am an idiot. What was that? What is the rainbow shot? Elemental laser. This thing's amazing. Create a laser beam of all elements. So how do I do this? What? Okay, so I'm really sorry that I've only just figured this out, but when you press the spell button, it does every spell you've got at the same time. What? Okay, so I think I have to wait for them to rebuild on their, what's it called? You can see like it uses gauge. Sorry, that's insane, and I'm a little bit disappointed in myself for only just realizing it. You've just seen a movie. Oh yeah? Tell us what movie it was. I love when people leave a comment like, I've just had the most amazing meal, and then they don't say what the meal was. What was the movie, man? Tell us what the movie was. Yeah, we know. You wanted us to ask. I do that as well, though. I could get home from work, say to my partner, oh yeah, I mean, oh man, just had had the worst day today, but then don't explain what actually happened. I'm like waiting for my partner to say, oh really? And what was it about the day that was so rough? I'm like, well, I'm so glad you asked. They should teach it in school, like a conversational technique. The movie I saw was... Okay, I thought you were actually going to not tell us. Okay, Godzilla vs. Kong, A New Empire. Cool. I know nothing about... Oh, I get these for free? Sick. So I think the way that you arrange these discs is going to make a difference between them. So for example... So when this spell gets charged, then 60 mana comes in, right? When a fire type is finished. I don't know if it really matters. I assume... I'm really not sure. So for example, I could have these sparks... No, I don't think this matters. I think I've got the wrong idea. I don't really. I think I don't really understand. If you guys understand, feel free to explain it in the chat. Maybe it's not intuitive. Maybe it's not me. Maybe it's you. The game. Wow. So those lasers, they stay in place? Oh no, I'm running out of health. Whoa, that guy runs really fast. How many hours is 3 houses? She's now got this glowing sword, my main character. Excuse me? What? What are you talking about? What is 3 houses? Are we talking about Fire Emblem? That might be the most random Fire Emblem topic drop I have ever heard. I congratulate you. It's probably a bit cringe with the example you gave, but not with what you're doing right now. Ah, thanks. Yeah, I just feel like when I'm like appreciating the chat, I sometimes listen to I can hear, I don't know if everyone has this skill, but I can hear what I'm saying as I'm saying it, and I like judge myself for it. And that's why I do that. So I was like, what I'm saying now, is this cringe? Am I being cringe right now? Because it's not my intention. Okay, thanks. Oh, what? I just blew myself up. Shame. But that was... I got 3 new bests. Most slays. Best spell damage. Best gem obtained. I don't know what that means. Apparently I'm halfway through the game. Amazing. I do have a bone to pick with these roguelike type games though. Because I'm not sure how I feel about progress based simply on duration. Like, if you just play the game, you get stronger. Like, you just collect these things which you can add as power-ups. And it's like, yeah, I got a little further, I got a little further. It's like, but it's not really progress. You didn't always get better at the game. It's just like, just by continuing to play the game, you get to travel a little further in the next round. And that is a very, very mobile game mechanic, and I'm not... Like, I know that that's pivotal, that's like central to this genre. I'm not sure how I feel about it. GT Gamer. I really just want to congratulate you on the most insanely random... I mean, I appreciate it, but that is insanely random. The Fire Emblem drop. So... My unfortunate situation with Fire Emblem is that I don't even think I own it anymore. I think I sold it because I realized, and this goes back to allocating time, I realized that I wasn't going to have time to play that game. Obtain the power. You've got the touch. Not enough insight. Okay. So what do these spells look like? Oh, that looks good. I like that one. Not as keen on this one. Oh, but you get a lot of them. No, don't like that one. Okay, let's go for this one. Yeah, so unfortunately I have no insight when it comes to Fire Emblem because I decided that I wasn't going to have enough time to dedicate to it. Which is a shame, because I could see that it was going to be an interesting game. Ouch! Hi, I got hit by the level 1 mushroom. Happens to the best of us. Ooh. How do I get these guys from a distance? Is there any way to change my charge attack to something else that's not as rubbish? I don't like this charge attack. There has to be a way to change it. Alright, what is this giving us? This is a new spell. I don't see anything happening. It's not that. Is it something? Let's just read the menu. Slash stun disc generates 700% of stun power of slash type. Okay. And this shoots a projectile that creates a black hole. Really? Where's the black hole? I see nothing. Mr. Faulty, I see nothing. Let's try it here. Where's the black hole? There is no black hole. Did I get scammed? Did I get scammed by my video game? I'm also not very economical with my use of the green gauge. I'm not actually maybe stamina. Is it a stamina gauge? I feel like it would make sense to be a little more careful with that gauge. But basically, when I remember that I've got dash, I dash like 3 times in a row. I bought Street Fighter 30th Anniversary on the Switch and I keep getting beat. What do I do? Unfortunately, the question is a little bit too general, but I will give you the advice that Kamone gave me. I just met him for the first time in real life. He's a developer of Under Night In-Birth. And what he said to me was really interesting. I was telling him that no matter how much I like play the game, like I just don't seem to I don't seem to like really actually get better at it. And he said to me, because I asked him about as general a question as you're asking at the moment, his answer to me was master control of your character. So I think there's a large number of us that think that we have control of our character because we've learned, you know, one combo and all of the specials. But to really master your character, it's not that you should wait until you've mastered the character before you play the game, but when you're expecting to improve, like a greater degree of mastery of your character is required. So for me, that's translated to like going back into the mission mode and actually doing all of the missions for the characters that I'm learning. Now, Street Fighter 30th Anniversary is not very beginner friendly because it doesn't really have the trials modes and sort of beginner friendly features that you get in a lot of modern games. You might find that moving onto a game like Grand Blue Fantasy, or what else is on Switch? I don't think Grand Blue Fantasy is on Switch, but DNF Duel is on Switch. There's just so many games out there that have great tutorial modes, and I think choosing one of the games that has a great tutorial that will help you like master your character before you attempt to try and improve at the game, like in matches, would be really quite beneficial. And there are a lot of games out there that are significantly more friendly for beginners than, you know, the classics. 30th Anniversary really is a collection of classic games which come from an era when they weren't especially beginner friendly. It's not that the techniques were especially hard, but it's like they weren't like they weren't designed around the idea that complete noobs needed to be like handheld. They didn't need hand holding, because in the old days, well, one, general skill level was lower, but secondly, like the fun wasn't really based on fighting game tournaments and all that. It was based on putting money in machine and trying to see if you could mash hard enough to beat the boss. I hope that's helpful. I've actually been giving that question a lot of thought, to be honest, because of what Kamone said to me. Oh, there's the black hole! It finally arrived! Huh. I like when a lot of these orbs that I'm putting out, they do their job so well that before I even know it, they've already beat the enemies for me. That feels good. It's kind of an RPG thing, isn't it? I do also like the ability to dash through enemies without getting hit by them. I think that is cool. Ouch! Did not see that Super Meat Boy gear. This is not going well. I don't have enough. I'm saving up my points so I can open up a new slot. Ascend. Just finished watching a different live stream and now I'm here. What did I miss? EPS! Fortunately, I think the VOD is rewindable, so you can actually rewind. But the short answer is we've been talking a lot about improvement in game, how to improve in a very general way, but we were also talking about like content creation and focusing on your hobbies, or, you know, investing in yourself. Ouch! Man, this is going terribly well. Terribly badly. Ouch! I keep going over the spike. Ouch! Okay, we're gonna have to restart this. This is just not going well. Where's that health? Oh, it's gone! There. We haven't even got to the boss yet, and I'm at 76 health. This is, as they say, a travesty. What's that band, Travis? What do they sing? I find honest introspection as well as a genuine desire to learn are also key traits to bring to learning fighting games. Hey, Steamy Robot. That is so true. That is so true. I've been reading a really good book, by the way. It's called So Good They Can't Ignore You. And something that a lot of people forget to do in the improvement stage is analysis and study. A lot of people feel like just pure experience is all that's like really required to improve at something. And with fighting games, it's like almost any other hobby. Experience is important, but it's not the only thing. Like on its own. Okay, can I attach this to this? It makes no difference. Whatever. In that book, by the way, it's a fantastic book and I highly recommend it. Anyone who's interested in... Actually, even if you're not interested, I highly recommend it. It's just an insane book. But... Sorry. I feel like I need a tissue. I haven't got a tissue box. Sorry for the sniffling. But what they were saying in the book was... They had like 2 groups of people. And one group was told to just simply get experience and make like, I don't know, hundreds of hours of experience on something. I think the other group was told to focus more. Oh, no. They just studied chess players and they found that the ones who mostly focused on experience and those who like focused on like study and strategy and just research, like those ones performed 5 times better. That's a 500% difference. That's kind of nuts, right? And I think with fighting games, just because it's a video game, a lot of us think that playing the game is the way to improve at it. Oh, what? Oh, yeah. See this skill here? This is the one. I love it. It just looks so cool. Where was my super special? Oh, gosh. No, help. Oh, I don't have any stamina. Ouch! Actually, you know what? I think this is not going as well as I had hoped. Oh, no. Get me out of here. So what I want is this back. I want it back. Yo!
Just found a book on Amazon. Will read. Thanks.
Yes! I recommend it. And thank you so much for the super chat. It's a really cool book because it really transforms my idea about what leads to like the progress that you're seeking. A lot of people have in their mind what they want their future self to look like, but there's a lot of material out on YouTube, on TED Talks. There's a lot of stuff out there in speeches that it's really kind of crazy. But one of the main bases of the book is that a lot of the information out there will make you feel great about your progress, but not actually. In fact, not only will it not help your progress, it'll actually work against your progress. It's almost like if you listen to a lot of the really inspirational speeches out there, they could actually harm your progress. It's kind of crazy, and it's kind of crazy. Anyway, I'm glad you picked it up because I think you're gonna have a really good time. By the way, I have the audiobook version because I'm often trying to... Something I've been trying to do recently is work on my like physical health. So, you know, every time I eat a meal, I try to reduce my glucose spike by going for a walk or a run after the meal. Huh, so actually the spell that you put on that first slot is actually, it does actually make a difference then. I thought it just did all of them. Maybe I was wrong. I can't believe we beat that boss. But again, the myth of progress. Man, progress is such an interesting topic. There's like progress, there's the feeling of progress, there's the desire for progress. There's so many aspects to it. Like this game really makes you feel like a lot of like, I mean, actually a lot of games do this, but so many games make you feel like you're making progress. And that's a key part of the system, you know. The brain feels like, oh, ow! Oh, that didn't work at all. Oh, I didn't dash in time. It's interesting how sometimes I only have to hit an enemy once. I quite like that. In my mind, I've got it set that, you know, every time I want to get an enemy, I have to hit them with the whole 3-hit combo. What's up, Ghost? Hi, found you from your coffee and talk videos. Me gusta tu channel. I don't know what that means, but it sounds great. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really glad that the coffee series is back. Like I was saying at the start of the stream, for a number of reasons, I wasn't working on the coffee videos. One of them, actually, is that I was just drinking decaf for a year. Well, I suppose I could have continued drinking decaf on the show, but I was focusing last year on... I guess it was an experiment. It was like a 1-year experiment to see whether the channel would thrive as a controller reviews only channel. And I think actually the experiment worked. I think the channel can be a controllers only review channel, but the thing is, I just don't have time. I don't have time to focus on like 3 reviews a week. At the most, I can get out like 1 controller review per week. And in the interim, it really works well for me to like make these coffee videos, but also just thinking of optimization separately. I continue to feel motivated to actually do the channel if I get to make the content that I want to make, which is often these opinion pieces. That's what they are, really. The coffee videos, they're opinion pieces. Or maybe casual explorations? You know, casual discussion, explorations through discussion. Anyway, yeah, I'm glad that the coffee's back as well. After the movie, I just buy 2 Red Bull energy drinks. What? Oh, you just bought them. Okay. Thanks for the update. Is it something to do with listening to motivational videos gives you the brain... Is it something to do with listening to motivational videos gives you the brain chemicals that make you feel like succeeding while actually doing nothing? You don't feel compelled to do more? That's definitely part of it. I'm going to pick it up too. Sick. Yes. I think that's definitely part of it. But to go specifically into this book, he goes into an idea called the... I can't remember. The passion hypothesis? No? It's called the passion... I think you might call it the passion hypothesis. But one of the main examples that you hear early on in the book is the Steve Jobs speech, which inspired me a lot when I was first getting into YouTube. That Steve Jobs speech that he gave at Stanford in 2005, I was like, dang, he's just confirmed everything that I wanted to be true. I didn't know it at the time. But in that speech by Steve Jobs, he reaches out into the hearts of all these students who know that they have only up to go. And he tells them exactly what they want to hear. He says, just stick with it and you will be able to make it all make sense at the end. And it's not incorrect, right? There's a lot of good stuff that he said in that speech. But there was a lot of like, if you don't like what you're doing, maybe that means it's wrong and that you should follow your passion. And in this book, So Good They Can't Ignore You, it kind of pushes that is actually detrimental to your progress, and it could be the opposite. That actually passion, or rather job satisfaction and success and progress, statistically speaking, comes more often from the people who didn't think about whether it was their passion and they just did it long enough. Like actually just duration. They actually just played the game long enough, played the instrument long enough, did their job long enough that they eventually became good at it. And I definitely feel like that's the case with a lot of things. For example, like fighting games. I think there's probably a lot of people out there who try a fighting game for the first time and go, this is not for me. I don't like this. I don't enjoy this. And it's because you lose, right? But if you had continued to play more, and a lot of people who do, they for whatever reason, naturally they have a tendency to do things that even if they feel like pain to them. if for those character types who can get through that pain stage, they get to the point where, okay, now they've been playing for 2 years, and actually they're not bad, and actually they're silver rank or they're gold rank, and they're like, you know, I could turn this into like content creation. I can make videos about this. They get through that stage where it didn't really matter whether they were passionate about it, because they could discover later that they do feel passionate about it. And so it is potentially quite dangerous to look at things only through the lens of, well, if I'm not enjoying it, I should go and find the thing that I do enjoy. But it's like, it's possible that a lot of us develop passion through proficiency. Man, I mean, we could talk about this topic for like 7 hours. It's really that interesting. But alas, when it gets to lunchtime, I will be regrouping with my family, so I don't have time to talk about, to summarize the whole book for you today. But I highly recommend it. I'm not like sponsored or anything to say that. I kind of wish I were though. I would say that I'm not 100% a reviewer. I'm not actually 100% hell-bent on always having always doing a review style videos. I actually would be quite happy to be sponsored by a company to talk about stuff and show the positive aspects of things, which is why I sometimes do sponsored videos, and I always clearly state in the video that I'm doing it. But there are companies, sorry, there are YouTubers out there who will probably never do sponsored content, because for them the whole point of their channel was to be, the word escapes me, in wow, my vocabulary is shot. In unbiased, what is the word? Sorry, the book is called So Good They Can't Ignore You. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I realized I had not said the name of it for a little while. I might start improving my stream so I can start putting notes on the screen. I'm gonna make a note of that now. Ah, here's a cool skill that I've learned. Write it down now. A lot of people think, oh yeah, I should do that, and then they log it away in the back of their mind, and then eventually, sometimes they get around to doing it. Make overlay on stream to add persistent memos. See, I might do it, I might not do it, but I have one habit that I can rely on, which is I check my notes. At the end of the day, or at the end of the week, at some point, I will check my notes and go through them, and then I'll be reminded of this thing. Whereas, if I had just tried to remember it, I might not have ever got round to it until the next time it's a problem. So like, I'll be on stream again. I'll be like, oh man, I never have a place to put a persistent memo that just stays on screen. Like, that's one way to remember a note. But if you just write it down, then you can use your other habits to guarantee that you actually get around to it. Man, I love you guys. I think doing a YouTube channel is one of the greatest things that anyone can do if they're looking for ways to work on themselves. Like the processes that you go through when you make a YouTube channel. Oh, I didn't want that. Oh, it's too late. Can I refund it? I don't think you can refund it. The processes you go through improving yourself in order to perform okay as a channel, they have so many knock-on benefits to just your daily life. Are we still on the same round after we beat that boss? Is this the furthest I've ever got? This game is so good! Wow, I just walked into an inanimate object. Ouch! Did it again. Are there still enemies here? Oh, is there still another enemy? Oh, no, there's not. Okay. Do you believe the Switch 2 rumors? What Switch 2 rumors? Oh, wait, there was one short that I watched. It said the Switch Append? No. There was a rumor out there. Can someone remind me what the rumor was? It's called like the Switch Assist. I think it might be called Switch Assist, and there is fear that if it's just an fear. I mean, I don't think you need to worry. You don't need to worry about Nintendo, but there is fear that it's just an add-on to the Switch. But I don't know. And basically, when they did the add-on system with the Wii and the Wii U, famously it nearly tanked them, right? Oh, I don't know if it tanks them, but it didn't go well. What's up, Code? Code Venom. Hello, Nihongo Gamer. What audio interface do you use with your XLR mic? Thanks for asking. Unfortunately, I can't show it to you because it's tied in. I've got the cable management pretty good, so I can't pick it up right now. But I'm using a Yamaha AG06. It has 2 XLR inputs. It has, I think, like 6. It has about 6 RCA audio inputs, which is like 3 stereo channels. It has numerous dials. There are a few things that this mixer can't do that I wish it could do. But generally speaking, it gets the audio in nice and clean, and it gets it into the computer, and I have pretty good control with analog dials over the volume levels. I like it a lot. I use it for multitasking as well. So I use this mixer to... This mixer is plugged into my PC as my streaming audio interface, but it also works to mix my audio between my PC and my Mac when I'm doing stuff on my Mac. So I'll have like a game running on here, and I'll have like a video edit running on my Mac, or other computers. Like, I've got lots and lots of computers, and actually it's nice to have inputs coming from like this monitor's audio goes into this dial, and this monitor's audio goes into this dial, but the PC's audio comes through a separate dial. It's not bad, actually. For the price, I think this is probably one of the best things to have on any desk. And also the size, it's not too big. What's up, Rocky? I love the while I'm making coffee videos. Yes! I'm so glad that people are appreciating the coffee videos. It's one of my favorite things to do, and it did hurt to not really work on them that much last year. But I think it was important as part of the experiment to see where the channel would go if it were focused mostly on controllers. I think that was really important. You always talk about very interesting topics. It's because we all love the same stuff, guys. Video games, life, these topics, they're important and they're fun to chat about. Hello, people. Happy to join you all on this stream. This is the first I've heard of Spelldisk and catching up. Oh, sorry. Outstanding Man. The game is not called. It's not called and catching up. It's just called Spelldisk. The catching up is just we're catching up here. Can wait to listen and learn. Yeah, man. Try this game, Spelldisk. It's good fun. That's a great summary, though. Definitely looking forward to reading it. Oh man, I think you're gonna really love it. There's some good examples. There's some good case studies in the book that will really transform your views on getting closer to achieving your goals. Gonna head out and go for a little night walk. Yes, go for a walk. And if you've got the audio, or if you've got Audible, then try listening to the book. Nihongo, what audio? Oh, sorry, you've already asked that question. I've just answered it about the XLR. I do the same thing with Evernote, always making notes. Yes. What's the other book? It's called Getting Things Done. What's the one by Tiago Forte? Building a Second Brain. They're both based on the same idea as GTD. getting things done. But the number one thing you can do to like further your progress in any aspect is to write it down now. It's like the number one tip I can give to you for any aspect of your life. Write it down now. That's it. That's it. Everything else, like there are so many other ways that, so many other things that help pull this stuff together. Like sometimes writing it down will make no difference, but it is the key step that will lead you to actually getting closer to making progress in all the things you want to do. But yeah. Good book. Building a Second Brain. Listen, it's actually coming up to 12 o'clock, so I'm going to start winding down the stream if that's all right. Let's see if I think I might actually. Let's see. I can afford to buy one spell. Let's pick up this one spell and we'll do one last level. I think we're getting close to being the furthest we've got so far in a run. Oh no! Ouch. Not being reckless on this. Though I have been known. Ouch! I'm not being reckless on purpose because this level is actually genuinely harder. I need that health vial. No! That guy with the spinning thing. How do I get rid of him? I love the animations on these characters, by the way. I don't know how hard this is to do. I think they look really cool. Ah, yeah, we got through it. 6 health. We got 6 health back. 6 health. Welcome back, Master Chief. Let's go for an artifact. Alright, I have a feeling this might be the final run. Ah! Whoa! Like amazing dodging skills. No, 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 no! Ah! I dashed right instead of dashing down. Okay. So I got the best. I got new personal bests on Slay, spell damage, and gem obtained. I'm happy with that. Tell me, what did you think of Spelldisc? I'm not sponsored to play this. I literally just bought it a few days ago, and hey, it runs at 144 FPS, which is sick. Well, obviously, you're watching the stream at 60, but I love any game that gives you the option to play at a higher refresh rate. I highly recommend it if you are into Survivor. If you're into games like Vampire Survivor, I think you're going to enjoy this. I also recommend this game if you're into twin stick shooters and roguelikes. Basically, it's those 3 things together, and I don't know how much potential the game has. In the early reviews, I feel like general opinion was that maybe it's like a little bit too much of a power trip. It just makes you feel like you're really clever when actually you just got all these orbs out, which are just kind of destroying the enemies for you. So I don't know where it goes from here, but I think it has a lot of potential. I'm really enjoying it. I think the only other thing to say is that I don't know if I have time to stream again this weekend. If there is time, I might stream again in the morning. But for now, the videos that are up are, there's a new coffee video that went up on Wednesday, and there is the unboxing of, you can see it actually right there. Can you see this device here? That's my coffee machine. I did tease everyone that I'd be buying a new coffee machine. If you're interested, there's an unboxing for that, and I have got a video that I'll be posting where I'll show where I actually used it for the first time. But I don't know when that's going up. It might be next week. So we shall see. Thanks everyone for hanging out today. Chatting is the greatest thing you can do to help streamers feel like there's people there. Really appreciate it. All the messages, the super chats, I appreciate the generosity, and mostly just the hanging out. I'm just so glad that you're all here. Listen, I'm going to try and avoid being too cringe and saying thank you too much. So, that's the end of the stream. I'll see you all in the next stream and or video. Be sure also to check out the sub channel, Activate FG, if you want to see more gameplay specific things. That's all. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.